Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I wanted to return and talk about a massive problem that has been hitting YouTube pretty bad recently, man. It's actually been kind of crazy to think about how this has all been going down, because as somebody who's been actively working on this platform for years upon years now, right? Just putting in the work on a pretty consistent basis, right? I've made thousands of videos, I've seen a lot of things come and go here on the platform, but this issue that YouTube is facing right now is one of the most uniquely weird and also ridiculous issues that I think I've ever seen on the platform before. And it kind of sucks because it feels like early on into 2023, we're really kind of like dogpiling on YouTube a lot, right? Because, I mean, if you didn't remember, I just made a video a couple days ago too, talking about how YouTube had implemented all these new monetization guideline changes, right? Where they were essentially, taking swearing and violent video gameplay way more seriously, basically coming after creators for some like pretty stupid shit in all reality, right? And that might have just got me demonetized, speaking of, because I'm still not even used to doing this with all these new guidelines. So hopefully that didn't just get me cut. But at the end of the day, man, this issue I feel like is way larger, it's way more important, because I don't even understand how something like this happens in the first place. Like, I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar company with the backing of Google, world's best engineers and coders and everything, programmers, whatever you want to call them, working on this website, and yet we're still facing problems like this right now. You might have been like, oh, well, Optimus, where you been these last few days, man? You said you were going to upload a lot in 2023. You were really coming back on your grinder mentality or whatever, right? Well, the issue with that is I haven't been uploading over the last few days specifically because of this issue with YouTube that we'll be talking about today, because for some reason, I don't even think YouTube knows at this point what the reasoning is behind this entire thing, but for some reason, YouTube has been plagued by this issue over the last like 3 or 4 days, where essentially if you upload content onto the platform, it somehow steals views from you. Like, I know you probably are sitting there thinking like, hell nah, man, there's no way that this is really happening. Optimus has to just be lying through his teeth or whatever, right? Like this can't be real, right? But no, I assure you folks, this is real shit. For some reason here on YouTube over the last few days, there's been this massive problem where basically people who've been uploading videos per usual, doing their normal thing or whatever, have been noticing that over time their view counts have been basically getting altered. And there's no real direct reason that this seems to be happening. It seems to be like something to do with YouTube's backend on their website, or the code or something that runs the website. I don't really know what the issue is. Like I said, I don't even think YouTube knows what the issue is at this point. But yeah, people are literally getting their views stolen from their channel. So let's say, like me, I upload a video, right? It's a 50-50, right? On if it does pretty decent or if it, just does average or whatever, right? So, like for instance, my last video, my James Charles video, right? I uploaded that before this whole issue really started to kind of surface, right? That's been like, I don't know, maybe like 5 days ago or something like that, right? Hasn't really been that long. It's been less than a week, right? And, that video has 250,000 views. I say that's pretty good. I definitely am happy with that. But if I were to upload that video, like, I don't know, maybe a day or two later or something, that video would not have anywhere close to that amount of views. And the reason behind that is that, once again, YouTube has this issue where it's like taking people's views from them and shit. And like, if you upload, somehow it's removing views. Like, people are uploading their real-time view charts, and it's just all over the place, man. Usually it's like a smooth graph, you know what I mean? Like your ups and downs with your uploads and your audience's watching patterns and stuff like that. But you got people out here like just bouncing all over the place hourly and stuff, getting views taken from them or gaining a shit ton of views. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Now, of course, I think you guys can kind of understand, at least I hope y'all can understand, why that would make somebody like me not want to upload videos, right? Like, just think about it like this. I try to upload videos on a daily or semi-daily basis, right? As long as I upload like 4 or 5 times a week, man, I'm cool. That's really what I'm kind of targeting, right? But with this going on over the last like 4 days, if I was to upload every single day, I likely would have had hundreds of thousands of views stolen from my channel over those couple of days. Now, YouTube knows about this issue. They've put something in the YouTube dashboard that says it's a known issue and whatnot, and apparently they're working on it or whatever, but this has been an issue for several days now, and it's starting to get to the point where it's really genuinely worrisome, right? Because there's a couple couple different scenarios I feel like could really play out with this whole thing, man. Like either A, they're gonna figure it out, they're gonna somehow save the data or something and make sure that people get the views that they rightfully earned, which is, I guess, the good ending. Or basically, we're gonna be dealing with a situation where our analytics are completely fucking destroyed for the month of January, and people are gonna be basically sitting there scratching their heads wondering, oh, well, what happened to my YouTube channel, man? Like, I normally get this amount of views, now I got this amount of views, and it's YouTube's fault, right? So, like, for me, like I said, I upload as often as I can, right? Sometimes even multiple times per day, and for me, man, it hasn't been worth the risk of, like, making content, uploading it, putting all that time and effort in. The next thing you know, right, like, YouTube's just taking views from my channel type shit. Like, I'm really not trying to go through that because, number one, I mean, not only is it demoralizing, but it really just kind of destroys your channel performance, right? Like, if this is a larger issue and that data can't be recovered, which I feel like there's a chance that that's the possibility, right? Then, you know, that just, it flatlines your channel a little bit, right? That flatlines your progress in the algorithm and everything, right? And I really don't need that at the moment, you know? Like, I spent, like, out of the last 4 weeks, like, out of those 4 weeks, I haven't uploaded for, like, 3 of them. I've been taking time to myself over the holidays, getting myself ready for the new year and everything, so I can really take this seriously going forward and just start grinding again, right? And it's kind of depressing a little bit because, like, man, at the end of the day, right, like, I spent all this time getting ready to come back, right? Ready to grind content, ready to do this, ready to do that, just put in the work and everything on this channel. And then right when I'm ready to come back, right when I'm ready to tackle this shit again, man, YouTube comes out with a brand new issue where they're just stealing people's views from them and shit. Like, I don't even understand how something like this happens in the first place. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I understand that there's bugs, there's glitches and stuff like that. Like, no website can run 100% efficiently 100% of the time. Like, you are going to have issues and hiccups and whatnot. I'm not expecting perfection here, but what I am expecting is for YouTube to have a pretty good fundamental understanding of an issue that is directly destroying one of the most important metrics on its platform, potentially losing creators money. I don't know. I don't know if, you know, that this is happening or what the deal is with that. Like, we really don't even know the real extent of this whole thing. That's what really sucks, right? Because, like, if we knew how bad it was, or like if it was messing with people's revenue or messing with people's channels and stuff like that, right, we could kind of react, you know, we could kind of get around that in some way, right? Like, it's just like, hey, if it's messing people's money and channels up, just don't upload these next couple days. Take a couple days to kind of, you know, build up some content, grind that stuff out, get ready to release it when everything's good again, right? And that's kind of what I've just been doing myself. Like, I just haven't been uploading for this specific reason. You know, I've just been more or less focusing on, you know, like, what am I going to come back with? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do there? You know, just kind of building up my game plan or whatever. But it's really thrown a wrench in a lot of plans for me, and like a lot of plans for a lot of creators. Because I mean, like, you know, I can sit here and boohoo and woe is me about whatever, right? You know, oh, I didn't get to upload a couple videos over the last few days. You know, that shit's whatever. But I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there, man, that put crazy amounts of effort into their work, right? Like, they, you know, spend dozens of hours, even hundreds of hours, writing their scripts, editing their videos, getting their content together, you know, getting their videos as perfect as they can get them, you know, have release dates in mind and everything. And if you had a release date in mind during this entire thing, man, I really feel bad for you, because if you released your video, there's a pretty good chance that you got views stolen from you. And then at the same time too, if you had to push it back, like, that throws a wrench in all your other plans. You know, maybe you had another video you had to work on or something, right? But it just really sucks, man. Like, I'm not understanding the problem here, right? Like, this is a multi-billion-dollar organization. Once again, these motherfuckers got like some of the top engineers in the world. They have the backing of Google, one of the most powerful companies to ever exist. Like, the company's literally so powerful that if it got enough land and really wanted to, it could form its own country, probably. Like, it's just insane to see these kinds of problems pop up, man. Like, I once again, I get it, bro. Like, there's problems with every website, you know, you're gonna deal with your issues, your glitches, all this different shit. No problem with that. But, like, have we ever seen something like this happen before? And if this was like a one-day issue, I wouldn't even make a video about it. That's the reality of this, man. If it was like, oh, bro, you know, there was just you know, a little issue for like 4 or 5 hours, even like a day, maybe even like 2 days in all reality, right? Like, I would just fucking shrug it off, bro. But this is like the 4th day now that this has been going on. And yeah, YouTube's addressed it or whatever, with a small little piece of text in the YouTube Studio dashboard. But there hasn't been a fix, you know, there hasn't been any sort of like work done to make this better that we've been able to see, at least, right? Like, you know, maybe they are doing something in the back end, I hope. they're doing something, but like we don't know. You know, there's no communication, there's no updates. Like YouTube is not directly communicating with us enough. Like, yeah, maybe Team YouTube put out a fucking tweet or something stupid on their automated account. That's not really communicating, though. That doesn't tell us anything. That doesn't tell us what to look forward to, what not to look forward to, what's going on, what's not going on, right? Like, they need to be more direct, and they need to be more open about the shit that's going on, and like really kind of just break this down for us, because this is the type of stupid shit that affects people's livelihoods, bro. So I don't know, I'm just kind of mind blown about this whole situation. Like I said, if this was a small little like couple, hour thing, wouldn't even make a video about it, wouldn't even feel the need. But bro, it has been 4 days now, damn near, right? This started happening like the day after I uploaded my James Charles video. And that's been damn near 5 days ago. So it's been going on too long for this shit to just keep going, man. YouTube, you gotta do better, man. Not only on like working on your website and whatnot, but also just keeping us in the loop with what's going on, because like we need to know this shit. Like we want to plan around this shit, as creators, we want to be able to fucking know when something's happening and like why it's happening, so we can make our way around it or do what we need to do. But of course, that doesn't really matter at the end of the day to people like YouTube. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that for a minute, man. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about this new YouTube glitch and signing out.